Quick test. If I asked you right now how much it costs you to perform one routine patient visit, could you answer within 10 seconds? If not, you're guessing at your profit. And that's exactly why most practices grow in volume but not in profit. In this video, we're going to talk about one of the most overlooked numbers in healthcare, the standard cost. It's the number that quietly determines whether your practice is actually profitable or just busy. My name is Ibrahim Ashmawey, founder of Golden Profit Group, where we help healthcare practices uncover hidden costs and turn them into profit. Today, I'm going to walk you through what standard costs actually means in your practice, why most people get it wrong, and how knowing it can completely change everything about your business. Let's start with a simple definition. Your standard cost is your average repeatable cost of delivering one unit of service. A visit, a procedure, a test, under normal conditions. Each of those things will have their own separate standard cost. It's not what it sometimes costs, it's what it should always cost when your operation runs efficiently and smoothly. Think of it like the vitals for your business. Supplies, staff time, overhead, and everything in between. Without those vitals, without those numbers, you're making decisions in the dark. That's why it's really important to know what your standard cost is. And it's not just about supplies or material or hourly wage. It's about everything that goes into being able to produce that one unit of service. So the staff time, the admin work, the rent and insurance, your electricity bill, your billing cost, your equipment depreciation, even sterilization and prep, it all goes baked into that one standard cost. Because if you're only counting what's visible, what you can easily see, then you're actually missing half of your cost there. Okay, why this matters. If you don't know your cost, you don't know what to price it at. And you don't know your actual margin. And when you don't know your margin, you may be scaling the wrong things, maybe paying attention to things in your business that are not the most valuable or not the most worthwhile for you to pay attention to. So we once worked with a family practitioner that filled the schedule with wellness visits. They actually thought this was the most profitable service. Now, when we ran the numbers, we found out that their profit is actually $18 on that service. They thought it was a lot more. Now, another service they've been ignoring, a very quick and easy osteoporosis screening, was yielding them $55 in profit. Same staff, same hours, same room even, but a completely different outcome once the math was visible. That's why we say being busy does not mean you're being profitable. Okay, so what goes into this number? There are 8 major components to really formulating your standard cost. There are other smaller ones, but really there's 8 major ones. Number 1, direct supplies. That's everything disposable that gets used during care. Number 2, direct labor. The actual minutes your team spends multiplied by their loaded rate, which is wages, benefits, taxes, etc. Number 3, overhead allocation. That's the correct slice of rent, utilities, software, depreciation. And by correct, I mean relative to that service. Number 4, administrative support time. Scheduling, billing, posting, follow-ups. Number 5, capital costs. The amortized cost of the major equipment used in that service. Number 6, waste and rework. Time and materials lost in mistakes and repeats, etc. Number 7, revenue friction. Denials, write-offs, and no-shows that actually reduce your profit. Number 8, opportunity cost. That's the income you could be earning if you were working on something else more profitable. Now, most practices only look at the first 2 or 3 of these items, but the truth and the profit are hiding in numbers 4 through 8. Now, here's the part most people do not realize. Calculating standard cost is not simply just adding up all these numbers and dividing it by the number of services that you do. Every service has a different scale, a different duration, a different overhead footprint. For example, a 10-minute test in one particular room may not consume the same amount of overhead that a 40-minute service may cost in another room. The allocation has to be relative to space, time, and service size. That's where most people get it wrong. That's exactly also why we exist. At Golden Profit Group, we build these models relative to your service mix and operational data. So the numbers are accurate and actionable. They're not just educated guesses. Now, once you know your true costs, everything changes. You stop pricing emotionally or with a gut feeling. You start pricing strategically. You see which services are actually profitable and which have been losing money, but maybe you could never tell because your other services were hovering. You stop asking, how can we get busier? And you start asking, which of these services should I concentrate more on and spend more time on? One of our dental clients had this exact same realization after we did our work with them. They believed that hygiene was their main profit center because their chairs were always full. There was always people there doing cleanings. But after we calculated their true costs, every single cleaning was losing $8. It was just being covered by all the other procedures they were doing. That's what happens when your decisions are being based on intuition rather than truth. If you want to know your true profitability, you need a system that weighs each service fairly. That's exactly what we've built and why we've built Golden Profitability. I'm Ibrahim Ashmawey, and we turn healthcare practices into great businesses. And we are able to do that with an absolute guarantee. We have never saved any of our clients less than 10% profit in their pockets. How many systems can give that kind of guarantee? If this video helped you think differently about the business side of medicine, please go ahead and subscribe. We post regular videos and deep dives about cost saving, pricing strategies, and profitability. And let me know in the comments what you'd like me to cover next. Visit us at goldenprofitgroup.com, ask for a free consultation, and we'll help you uncover where your hidden profits are hiding. Because clarity creates profit.